Hi, I'm Calvin Harris Jr., CPA, and I wanted to talk about my experience with Gleim and the Gleim products. I've been a CPA for over 20 years now, but even back when I was in college, I remember more than a few of my accounting professors recommending Gleim products. First, of course, they said you expect for you to become a CPA. Then they also said when you're testing, make sure that you're using Gleim. And that always stuck with me. So while I didn't take the exam while I was in college, I took it actually about a year out of college. I always remembered that. And admittedly, the first time I tried to take the exam, I didn't pass. I didn't even come close to passing because I didn't study well. I had bad study habits, even though I had done very well in college and was working at one of the big accounting firms. I really wasn't studying well enough or in a consistent enough way to pass the exam. And that's where Gleim came in and helped me out a lot. I used both paper-based Gleim products, a very thick book they had, as well as software. And the software I particularly liked because I was able to do a lot of the exam questions right from the comfort of my computer. So Gleim helped me structure my study so that I was studying in a very consistent way. For me, I took the exam at a time we could only take it twice a year, so there was a lot of pressure in to make sure that when you were taking the exam, you were ready and you were just doing it all right then. But with Gleim, I was able to focus on each individual area, study a few nights a week, and I would get real-time feedback in terms of how I was doing, and especially feedback on the areas I wasn't doing very well, the areas I needed to study a little bit more on. So that by the time I had put in a few solid months of study consistently with Gleim, I was ready for the exam. In fact, there were questions on the exam that weren't the same question, but they were really, really close to items I had already studied with Gleim. So for me, Gleim was one of the primary reasons I passed the exam. There's no doubt in my mind. So I always would suggest that when you're studying, you have a product like Gleim, because with it, I would not be a CPA. And without my CPA, all of the career opportunities I've had so far, including right now as the Chief Financial Officer at the National Urban League, they wouldn't have come my way. So thank you, Gleim.